I believe this says, we the people, not we the government, not we the children, not we the teenagers, but we the people. What's going on here right now? Why is everyone acting like the Constitution doesn't exist? Because this quote-unquote disaster happened. Are we for real right now? Are we really losing sight of our constitutional values and what our forefathers stood for? Let's think about this for a second. Our great nation would not even be here right now if it wasn't for the Second Amendment. Look at this glorious amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state, to the right of the people. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Why don't we pay attention to those lines? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. We all need to absorb that. We need to drink that in. We all know why our forefathers put that in there. Because it would breed patriotism. People would love their country if they would have to defend it. That's why other countries do the same thing. This is why they made the army. They put all the responsibility of safety on the army, and they took away our individual responsibility of safety and freedom. It says right here we have the right to keep and bear arms, and it will not be infringed. It clearly states it will not be infringed. It does not say you need to go out and get a license to carry. It doesn't say you need to cross state lines or whatever. It says you have a right to bear arms, and it will not be infringed. Look at these people. Look at this. They are actually pushing this tragedy right now, as hard as they are. And why are the American people falling for this? This is too right there in your face, obvious. Are you kidding me right now? The NRA? Are we being for real? The NRA is nobody's. We don't even need an NRA. Frankly, I think the NRA gets in the way. We have a Second Amendment, and if they're not out there defending the right to bear arms freely and uninfringed, then frankly the NRA does nothing but train people. That's it. Look at this. We could try to Google their lobbying spending database. But Google has other ulterior motives in mind when it comes to searching information. This basic search, where it should be something as simple information to gather, some simple data about their spending for who they lobby. But look at this. Look at these searches on Google. It's truly unbelievable that you would get these kind of fixed searches, and on page 3, look at that. You have to go all the way to page 3 just to get this. Unbelievable. I truly hate that. They truly need to fix this. Look at these stats. They make no money whatsoever. In 2017, they barely just now hit $5.1 million. Who remembers Columbine? I remember Columbine like it was yesterday. This is the only shooting that I actually believe really happened, because the information just came out right away. They actually showed us all the footage. You could see everything. Why aren't we showing the footages nowadays? Look at all the past school shootings. They don't show you anything. All they do is write. All they do is talk. All they do is talk. All they do is fill the imagination. All they do is spread baseless rumors and all contradict one another. And why is everyone so sketchy nowadays? After maybe they learned their lesson after Columbine. Maybe they saw what was really being exploited. Because if you were around during Columbine, you remember just as much as I do that it wasn't about guns when Columbine happened. No, back in '99, it was about something much worse than guns. Look at this. The NRA, they barely had any funding. whatsoever. 1.6 in 99, 1.6. They just hit 5.1. That's right, Grand Theft Auto video games. Remember when all the moms were up in action after Columbine, when they tried to use that to ban video games and all the violence out there? I remember it as clear as day. Maybe the politicians saw how effective it was. Maybe that's why they use all these other shootings to their advantage to try to push these political agendas. Let's take this one, for example. Who remembers this famous one right here? So much controversy around it. And it even states right here, and I got this from an article, that it prompted renewed debate about gun control in the United States. And oh, look, it so happens in 2012. Who do we know who was president in 2012? And interestingly enough, we're going to see the NRA funding. Remember, the NRA only gets funding when the Second Amendment is threatened. Because other than that, like I said, the NRA is useless. Because we have a Second Amendment. Look at this, from 08 to 16. Look at this. The NRA was dormant. They were getting zero funding whatsoever, even when other shootings happened. But even the great salesman himself, as they call, used to be ex-President Obama. They said he was the greatest gun salesman ever. Look at these numbers. These numbers don't lie. These numbers do not lie. Look at the funding Obama did for the NRA, even though it's just tiny little pebbles. Look at this rift. Imagine all those news articles. Imagine all the gun control that they were pushing during this time. You saw renewed debate on gun control. How can we live with ourselves? Are we really letting them take what makes the United States one of the most unique places in the world? Is that we have the ability to have firearms. This is why the government fears us. Look at this. This is the man right here. This is the man who started all of this. Remember, Hillary was supposed to come in and usher the defeat. The only way you can assault the Constitution is through the Supreme Court. And you better believe Hillary was going to stack the Supreme Court, and they were going to dismantle the Constitution piece by piece like it never existed. People forget the Constitution is pretty much based on the history of the United States. You can match it up perfectly. It's like their living account of their fight for independence on that paper, and they're just stepping all over that. Each one of those amendments has a purpose. It's like they learned. Amazing, truly great forefathers. Look at this. Last year in 2016, the NRA had $3.88 million. This is useless right here. $3,188,000 in Washington. Try to lobby this. Are you kidding me? You can't get anywhere. You can't get a fancy dinner with this. Look at this. Look at this spike in 17. Look at this miraculous. What just happened? Are we kidding right now? They're really coming for our guns and pushing regulation. We need to defend ourselves. Please use this. Look at this. Look at this. They gained $1,934,000 in just 1 year. Look at how bad it is. Look at how bad it is. The Constitution is being threatened. This is one of the early warning signs you can tell. There is a huge jump, a huge spike. Look at this money that was spent for all those retards that say the NRA is a strong lobbying power who has this vast ability to control and do all. Look, like I said, $5.1 million. You could barely just buy your ticket to the Clinton table, and you wouldn't have enough to do anything after that. How much of a waste is that? All these people who live in that baseless reality where they say the NRA is this most powerful. It's this terrorist organization. $5 million. Oh, geez. They're out there, and I bet most of that goes to training and just all the. It's just unbelievable, the amount of nonsense. We need constitutionalists again. We need a convention of states. We need to bring back the freedom that is America. We need to restore liberty. We need to restore the honor that our forefathers brought to us once again. Quick thought.